Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon, bringing you guys My Hero Academia, episode 38 of my rewatch series. This is the final episode of season 2, so we're going to be getting into season 3 this week for sure, and possibly even 4 episodes into season 3 if I decide to do what I said in the last video and release 6 episodes as a apology for only getting 2 out last week. But anyway, once again, I'll mention in this video because I didn't do it in the last one. If you want to know more about the rewatch series, check out the first episode of season 1. And then also, there's no footage in here. It's all timer based. So you guys are going to be syncing to the timer that I put in this corner. Yes, that corner. And then you can also watch it in subbed or dubbed, but I am watching in subbed just in case you guys are wondering. So, that being said, last episode we had the fight between Midoriya and Bakugo and All Might, which I guess a more fitting way to say it would be Midoriya and Bakugo versus All Might, but technically Midoriya and Bakugo were fighting majority of the episode too, so yeah. Anyway, it was a lovely episode. Lovely. Such a weird way to say that. It was a very good episode. I love that episode, even rewatching it. It's fantastic. And now we are getting into the finale of it all, so I think we should just jump in and start. So, yeah, let's do this, guys. Alrighty, we're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Shigaraki, you really don't work well with others, do you? Creepy chick. Toga. Himiko Toga. Freaking insane chick. Holds fast to the hero killer's ideology. Yeah. That fucking little giggle of hers. Oh, so good. Hmm. God damn, Shigaraki. How he ever recruited the big group that he had initially, like, even though they weren't very bad villains, you know? Beyond me. So immature. I love Toga. I love truly crazy villains. Let's be real here. Like, the ones that are insane and just accept it are fantastic, and I think that's why I liked Joker a lot. Well, parts of Joker I liked a lot. And then I guess I don't know why, but one of the other ones that really comes to mind is if anybody has watched Vampire Diaries. I know, yes, I watched it. The aside from all the lovey-dovey crap, I do like a lot of aspects of that show. But there was a bad guy on there, and I don't want to spoil too much, but he was basically locked away for a very long time, and when he finally got out, he was very charismatic, where you could think he'd be like, normal, nice guy, but then he'd just like do this crazy shit, and I love that. And they're so like open about it. Like, I think the other thing is being crazy and like, not having remorse, which I guess goes like hand in hand. But when they can like do something crazy, like kill someone or do this horrific stuff and just have a straight face and just think it's perfectly normal, Like, I don't see what's so wrong about that. Like, that's the kind of shit. Oh, so true. And I'm not gonna lie, guys. if I'm glancing over at my other monitor a lot this episode, I'm sorry. I haven't eaten all day, and it's like midnight, so I'm gonna be cooking after this, and I'm very excited for it. Freaking poking Midori in the eyes, god damn it. Ugh. The fish lens, or whatever that's called. Everyone's going. God damn it. So, I love Ida here. Ida's so disappointed. Yep. Sarah failed too because he fell asleep right away. Which is why, right there, is why I mentioned in the last episode that when Bakugo, it was flashing back to Bakugo saying he was gonna beat Midoriya in this test. I was mentioning that he actually could still beat him even though they're on the same team, is because of that, because of the fact that you could be disqualified even if your team passes, so technically Bakugo could have performed better than Midoriya in that test. And right here, this is what I was talking about with Ida. You lied to us twice. Yeah, told him that people wouldn't be going to the camp, and then in like the second or the third or fourth episode or whatever, mentioned that someone was going to be expelled during their little like first little test. Chugging water. The intro. Shopping. Like I'd do something so irritating. I sometimes love little fun episodes like this. Granted, seeing a little fun episode like this a second time isn't as impactful, but I really loved this episode the first time I saw it. Just seeing, our heroes in a different environment is really cool. Seeing them being noticed because of the sports festival is really cool. I like how proper Momo dresses when she's not in her hero outfit, because her hero outfit is so revealing, and you could start to think like, oh, she just likes to wear revealing clothing. No, she does it because of her quirk, and you can see when she's in society that she isn't like that, you know? Do you like him? Poor Uraraka. uh, his lips are so dry. It just makes me want to take a drink of water again. And I just took a sip. Man, I hate dry skin. I would hate to have that guy's quirk if his like decay quirk causes him to be so like dried out like that. I see why he's a villain, honestly. Imagine having permanently chapped lips. I'd want to frickin' kill people too. His skin tone is so off compared to Midoriya too. I don't know if that's design choice or if that has to do with his quirk as well. Like, you kind of notice it, but when they're like right against each other, you really see it. That freaking crazy face. Encounter. It's funny. The first time they met, I never noticed this before. The first time they met, it was, I believe the episode was called Encounter with the Unknown. It was the first time Midoriya saw Shigaraki show up at USJ. And now this episode is called Encounter, because it's no longer unknown, it's just an encounter. And I wonder if that was like an intentional thing, because that's kind of cool. Has Midoriya ran into Shigaraki ever since then? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just that. The weird kids in the background are so creepy. You were not doing the same thing, not even close. I mean, if you boil things down to being that simple, but it ain't that simple there, buddy. You can't just... You can't just drill everything down till it's so basic. I wonder if... Is that like an always thing with his quirk? Is his quirk always active, and if all five of his fingers touch, it activates? Or does, like, could he hold him with all five fingers and then choose to activate it, you know? Or, like, is it against his will when the fifth finger touches, the decaying starts? Hmm. Yep. If you freak out, people are gonna die, Midoriya. I'm trying to think of why, at that point, when Midoriya was giving up, it zoomed in on his injured hand. I feel like there's probably some kind of correlation with the camera work there. Some kind of meaning behind it. Maybe it just has to do with the fact that he's, like... In a way, he's, like, giving up again or something. No, I don't. That doesn't really make sense. Or maybe it's because when he hurt his hand, it was to inspire Todoroki to change, and now it's showing the hand again because Midoriya is about to inspire Shigaraki I wonder if that's like the correlation. I don't know. But I guess, it's something that you could always just, uh, it could mean anything. Maybe the writers don't even know. You could probably like 100 different ways you could think about it. Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna go shopping with them or anything. Yep, really ridiculous. Not. Yeah. Yeah. He has true conviction. Midoriya just throwing out the real shit at this guy right now. Yep. Ugh, that face. Oof. Got some nice neck cracks there. Mm, yeah. Well, no. I don't know why I said yeah. Yeah, masses die all day. I was just like saying something. Oh, I love that shot. You'll become a stepping stone for me. Yep. Nope. God. Oh, I still get chills at that part. She's like terrified, but at the same time, like, being strong. Like, essentially being like, heroic. Yep, she didn't know what he looked like. I always thought it was crazy that he said all for one here. And it's crazy that Uraraka didn't ask more. What's all for one? And he's gone. Hmm. The hand. That's a cool shot too. I like that. Yeah. I like how chill the cops are, I guess. And I know they are kids, and, cops in our world would probably be like that too. But I feel like there's other cliches that could happen where, like, I don't know, some worse stuff happens, and the cops aren't as, like, nice, I suppose. Oh my. You know what's crazy to me? I don't know why it just made me think of it. I mean, he did just address him as All Might, and he's always done that. But do you think it's a little disrespectful of All Might to never introduce himself as himself, Like, Midoriya might know his real name, and maybe it's just out of a sign of respect, but at the same time, I've never seen All Might be like, hey, by the way, you don't have to keep calling me by my hero name, you can call me by my real name, Toshinori, or whatever. But yeah, All Might being real right here. Can't save everybody, but he has saved everybody that he's been a part of, like any crime that he's been a part of, he's always saved everyone, I believe. Is what they say here. Yeah, never failed to save someone after he arrived at the scene. Although, All Might didn't look too happy there, so I wonder if there's more to that. Aww. Poor Midoriya's mama. Poor Mrs. Midoriya. Man, I feel like, also, since I was just talking about, like, more to All Might, I also wonder if there's more to, his dad. Like, will that be a trope that they pull off? I honestly, I want to know, but at the same time, I think it would be very interesting if they never brought Midoriya's dad back. And yeah, consider leaving UA. This whole league is after him. This is all because of him, essentially. And it's not his fault, but he needs to take a little bit of responsibility and not put the kids at risk, really. Like, I understand where Tsukiyoshi, or however you say his name, is coming from. Alrighty. This is like a end of the first semester. Which I suppose is... Yeah, that would be years in the US. But we never consider the semesters as one whole year. So I guess it just works differently in Japan. One semester seems to be um from when you start all the way to summer, which is just like a year for us. But I mean, maybe that's their term for just like the year as well. I loved All Might there on the beach with him, giving him some water. That was so cool. Oh yes. And then we have this bit here. I just realized there was no actual outro this episode, was there? Like, we saw all the credits rolling on the screen. He is conviction now. Unless it comes after this. God, that messed up face. There's still so many questions I have about all of this stuff. Oh man, I love this show. Yep, to be continued in the third season. Alrighty, guys, so that is the end of episode 38. Once again, a very, very good show. And yeah, I'll be watching the other two, or the first two episodes of season 3 tomorrow. I've been contemplating whether I wanted to watch episode 1 of season 3, and I think I'm going to, just because it's fun. It's a fun little episode. I kind of thought about skipping it because there is like a lot of recap in it, and it's just almost like a beach episode kind of thing. But you know what? I've watched all these up until now. I guess I did skip like the .5 episodes that are like recap, you know, the actual recap episodes. But I've watched like the rest of the stuff that's actually numbered, you know. Like I watched, you know, season 1, 1 through 13, I believe it was, and then season 2, 1 through 22 or something, however many this was. So yeah, the whatchamacallit. Yeah, I think I'll probably be watching episode 1. So I'll be back to record those. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, hit that subscribe button. You can check out the other content on my channel where I do actual reactions to stuff. And instead of like these rewatches where I've seen the show before. So those are a lot more interesting, obviously, because I have no idea what's going on half the time. And I'm sitting there trying to piece it together and come up with predictions of what's going to happen next and everything. And we're getting there. We're several weeks away, but we are getting closer and closer to the point where we'll be doing that for My Hero as well, which will be a lot of fun. So yeah, you can also check out in the description where you can find links to my Patreon where you can support the channel, my anime list where you can see, you know, all the shows I've watched, and then also my Twitch stream if you want to see me stream some video games every now and then. And yeah, so that'll do it for me, guys. Once again, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.